All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. I got another video, actually a first one I've ever done from my house. 4th of July morning here, and I was going to do one yesterday. I just got completely busy, so I felt like I would just do it today then. That's fine. Again, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. Your comments have been great. All the support has been great. Again, I mean, I'm you guys, you know, most of the people that watch my videos are just like me, don't like the current NBA, you know, really like reflecting on, you know, the glory days, the good old times. And, you know, we obviously we wish that today's NBA would be a little different, but because of the salaries and the rules, it's been completely ruined. And that's fine. But the biggest issue we have is people that try to tear down the past eras and try to prop this one up as if this era is, you know, the best one ever. And some people make the argument based on technology is the reason why. That is the worst logic I've ever heard. With that being said, I did a video on this. If you think that today's NBA is the best because of technology, or I've even heard evolution, which is just laughable, as if 30, 40, 50 years is going to just make the human body into, you know, the bionic man or something, then that means in 25, 50 years from now, then that version of the NBA is going to make this one look old and outdated. It's just stupid. You just look at that era based on the rules, the technology, all that. And you see who did the best under those circumstances. Any other way you try to do it is ridiculous. Comparing one player to another era is apples and oranges. It just is. You're never going to get a good, clean comparison. You can only do how good they did in their era. And if you want to say versus another player in their era, that's fine. But don't compare what they've done in this era to now. I did a video on that one, that from 2016 to now, the scoring and the stats have just been so inflated that you know, it's to the point where it's just there's just no resemblance of, you know, the 80s, 90s basketball, even before that, 70s, 60s. Well, anyway, with that being said, this video here is about finals MVPs. It's something I have heard sports and fitness rants talk on occasion, but I don't know if anybody's ever talked about what I'm going to say right here specifically. The finals MVP came out, the first one I believe was 1969, that Jerry West won against Boston in a losing effort. And I think that was the first and only time that happened. Well, so Bill Russell only played in one where they actually named a finals MVP. So he wouldn't, you know, he wouldn't really qualify for this criteria right here. Will Chamberlain came in about the last third of his career. You know, 69, his teammate Jerry West won the finals MVP in a losing effort. In 72, Wilt won the finals MVP. And in 73, Willis Reed, who was on the Knicks, the opposing team, won the MVP. And the reason that's significant is because Willis Reed was the center. So they lost the finals, but they gave the MVP to the opposing team's center. To me, that's kind of a miniature black mark that a player on the other team who plays your position won the MVP. Basically saying, he outplayed you and their team won, so maybe you're part of the reason why you lost because you let this guy outplay you. I know maybe it's not quite that black and white, but it's a mini black mark. You can't just disregard it as nothing. Okay. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He made 10 trips to the finals. His first one in 71, he won the finals MVP. 74, Havlicek won it for Boston. He's a small forward. 1980, his teammate Magic won. 82, Magic won. 83, Moses Malone won, who's the opposing team center. There's one of those little black marks. They got swept, actually. 84, Larry Bird won for Boston. And then in 85, Kareem won his second. In 87, Magic got his third. And then in 88, James Worthy got one. And then Joe Dumars won the MVP for the other team. So in his 10 finals, he only won 2 finals MVPs. Magic won 3 of them, Worthy won 1 of them. That makes up for 6. Of the other 4, Dumars got 1, Larry Bird got 1, John Havlicek got 1, and of course Moses Malone got 1. So he's just got the one center, at least in the finals, that got the MVP. So, yeah, a mini black mark for sure, being swept like that. Yeah, I would say that's a little black mark. Now, Magic Johnson, same thing. He won in 80, 82, and 87. 85 was Kareem, and 88 was Worthy. Now, where he lost was 84 to Bird, was 83 Moses Malone, of course, and 89 was Joe Dumars, and 91 MJ. Now, the Dumars one, I guess because Magic was injured some, but still he was a guard, and MJ was a guard. So 2 guards won the finals MVPs. He won 3 himself. So, again, you could look at those as mini black marks, I suppose. Now, Larry Bird, 5 trips to the finals. His teammate won 1 of the 5 MVPs, Cedric Maxwell, the very first one in 81. Bird himself won in 84 and 86 because his team won. Kareem in 85 and Magic in 87. Kareem's a center, Magic is a guard, so no real black mark against Larry Bird there as far as the opposing team's small forward, in Larry Bird's case, winning the MVP, or forward period. That didn't happen. Now, Hakeem Olajuwon, he only had 3 trips to the finals, never a number 1 seed, never won 60 games. So what he did was really, pretty remarkable when you think about it. He didn't really ever have a great team. In 94-95, he won the finals MVP, and in 86, it was Larry Bird. So he's the small forward. No, you can't really hold anything against Hakeem. If anything, he won both his finals MVPs against top 75 centers, Patrick Ewing and Shaquille O'Neal, in back-to-back years. Michael Jordan, 6 trips, 6 finals MVPs, enough said. Shaq, 6 trips. He won half of the finals MVPs. He won himself. One of them was Dwayne Wade in 04. One was Chauncey Billups, and the other one was the opposing center we just talked about, Hakeem. So he does have 1 miniature black mark there by Hakeem winning the finals MVP and sweeping him. So to me, yes, that's a black mark. Maybe not a huge one, but it is one. Kobe Bryant, 7 trips to the finals. He won 2 finals MVPs himself. Shaq won 3. So there was only 2 that he didn't win. And the finals MVPs went to Paul Pierce, a small forward. The other one was Chauncey Billups, who was a guard. So yeah, that's got to be counted. If you're going to count one against these other guys, Kobe's going to have to get a black mark, because Chauncey Billups won the MVP. Some people thought Ben Wallace because he did a good job against Shaq, but really Billups guarded Kobe pretty good. I think Tayshaun Prince guarded him probably a lot too, maybe even more, but Billups did have a hand in guarding Kobe. Tim Duncan, 6 trips to the finals, 3 finals MVPs, he won. His teammates won 2 others, Parker in 07, Leonard in 2014. The opponent, LeBron James, in 2013 won the finals MVP, but at that time Duncan was a center, so no black mark to speak of there. Now, speaking of LeBron James, this is where it gets really interesting. 10 trips to the finals. He won 4 of the 10 championships, 4 finals MVPs. That's good. I think that's the second most since they've been tracking finals MVPs. Obviously, Russell and George Mikan would have had at least, I think Mikan would have 5, and they said Russell would have between 5 and 7, depending on, how it went. But, so that's just because it started in, 55 years ago. But anyway, no teammates for LeBron won finals MVP, but 6 opponents did. The first one was Tony Parker, who's a guard in 07. The next one, 11, was Dirk Nowitzki, power forward. Not exactly LeBron's position, but a forward nonetheless. But then, the small forwards won finals MVPs against LeBron. In 2014, Kawhi Leonard. 2015, Andre Iguodala. 2017, Kevin Durant. 2018, Kevin Durant. So it's not as if this was just some hot little, hot guard who hit a bunch of shots or a center that couldn't be stopped. No, this was his position. At least in 4 of them were directly his position. And he had trouble against those players, which led to the losses. Not putting it all on LeBron, no. But to me, that's kind of embarrassing to have so many forwards win finals MVPs. Like, you had the chance to shut him down, but you're too worried about stuff in the stat sheet. Now, I never would have thought that until we heard him say with his own mouth, "Oh, what do you think, LeBron? How you doing in the finals?" "Oh, I'm averaging a triple-double, so I'm doing okay." So he's just worried about his stats, like I've thought all along. We all suspected it, but when he actually said it, we were like, yeah, here we go. The last player, well, there's 2 more actually. Kevin Durant, 3 trips to the finals. He lost in 2012. He gets a black mark because LeBron, beat him. And then the other 2, he won the finals MVPs. LeBron played small forward. Steph Curry, 6 trips. Now, he doesn't have any actual black marks, but he only has 1 finals MVPs and 6 trips to the finals. That's hard to get past in my mind. He's got 1 finals MVPs. His teammates got 3 of them. Andre Iguodala got 1. Kevin Durant got 2 of them. And the 2 that he lost were LeBron and Kawhi Leonard. Those are both small forwards. But again, Curry only got 1 finals MVP out of 6. Now, is that a referendum just on Curry? No, it could be that his team was just really good. So maybe it wasn't just all Curry who should get all the credit for that. But anyway, that's about it for this video. I've never heard anybody bring up the fact that out of 10 trips to the finals, 5 of the finals MVPs went to the opposing team's forward. That's half that he played. And he plays forward. And he won 4, yeah. But the opposing team's small forward specifically also won 4. So I just went through everybody on this list that I could. All the all-time greats. And nobody is even coming close to stacking up to this. Magic lost 2 to guards. He had 9 trips. He lost 2 to guards, Dumars and MJ, even though Magic was injured in part of 89. Still. Okay, that's 2. There's just nobody really else who was getting showed up by, their counterpart on the other team. So anyway, I just find that very fascinating, and I've never really heard anybody bring this stuff up. So anyway, that's it for this video, and I might have one later, definitely have one tomorrow. Happy 4th of July, and thanks for watching.